Hey guys, so I'm going to be showing you how I made the Miles Morales Spider-Man for the second Spider-Man video I made. So I started with a rough tracing of the torso and legs. It didn't have to be perfect because I was basically just going to redraw it. I just needed to trace that part so I could get a rough structure because his torso is a lot bigger than his legs, and I don't know if I could duplicate that just from sight. After the rough tracing, I'm just going to go through and fix all the messed up areas, the kind of splotchy, because when it comes to drawing, you don't want to make sure you have perfect lines. You know, not everything can be traced off of an actual image because that just looks jank. So it's always good to make sure that you go through and do that little extra work because it always makes it look a lot better in the final result. For the head, I kept his mask on with the hood. I know usually with the other Spider-Man I would show their faces, but that was just because Andrew Garfield, the Tobey Maguire, the Tom Holland, they all looked very, very similar, at least their suits, and I just wanted to show their faces so that you could differentiate between them, not just from knowing their suits. With the Gwen Stacy and with the Miles Morales, you can kind of tell it's them, you know, they have a different suit, but it's also because I like the way their masks look, you know, like the hooded feel. It's like nice, clean, cartoony, and the eyes and everything. It just works better than just showing their faces. When it comes to adding color, I basically eyeballed this whole thing. I'm not gonna completely duplicate the other one because it just didn't feel natural in my opinion. What I mean by that is the stock photo that I have already has shading on it, which means that the colors are darker than they should be, and I haven't even added my shading yet, so I have to go ahead and do it brighter than normal. It just looks right in my opinion. But when it comes to drawing your own animated characters, you can always add your own little spin to it. Like you notice, like with these shoes, you can see that I gave them a nice blue color just to make them stand out a little more. If you see what I'm doing right here is I'm making sure the arms are the right size, kind of fit the body very well. And you notice I only selected the arms. That's because they're on a different layer than everything else. If you want me to make a video talking about character rigs and how to animate them and what's the best way to do it, comment down below. And then I started to add shading, as you can see right here. Shading is very basic. It shouldn't take too long. It's just you have to choose one direction of light. For instance, my light would be coming from the top right corner of the screen that you're seeing, so that the shadow would basically be drawn on the other side of him. It kind of grounds everything, makes it look a lot fresher. I guess you don't have to do this step if you don't want to, but you know, in my opinion, it's a pretty good idea. After that, just go through and make sure you didn't miss anything, and don't forget the fact that this doesn't have to just be a nice drawing of a character. It also has to be animatable, it has to be flexible, it has to work, it has to have joints, you know, everything to make it easier on yourself in the future. Well, that's basically it. I don't have anything more to talk about. You know, it's actually pretty cool to draw. I had fun making that video, and if you haven't seen it, I'll put a link to it in the description down below. And yeah, I hope you have a good day.